Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we are building a contemporary home that is a single bedroom and about, I believe, 60 to 70k simoleons, so it's a little bit more expensive. This was built before Dream Home Decorator came out. I actually built it for Dream Home Decorator. I don't know if you guys remember, but the week that Dream Home Decorator came out, I literally put up videos every single day showcasing the content. I did like first impressions apartment build, I did a cast overview, I did some gameplay overview and LP stuff. I did my starter home video, so it was a lot. I really wanted to get this one out on that week so you guys could see all the build items and what you can do with it, but this was just a very big project to undertake, so then I never finished it. I definitely cannot handle posting videos every single day when I'm the one that edits and makes all of them. If I had an editor, maybe I'd be like, yeah, but no, definitely not, especially not ones where I'm like doing it like live, as in speaking while I build or speaking while I'm playing the game. Way more difficult than if I was just doing a voiceover, because I don't actually edit my voiceovers, but I do edit my videos if they're real time, like I'm real time talking and real time building, because obviously that's a lot of footage to go through, as opposed to this where I just speed everything up to like 800% and I'm like, yeah, there's the video. So I wanted to get this one out, but I just couldn't, and then I didn't get out that week, so I was like, never mind, I'm too lazy to build right now. I actually haven't built in The Sims in a very long time. I have been posting every day, obviously, because all my material is pre-recorded. I must have said this like a billion times by now. I probably sound like a parrot or something, but all of my videos are pre-recorded, so you guys never miss any videos. But for me, I haven't built in The Sims in a while, okay? I think actually at least a couple weeks, but I used to, build every single day. So I'd constantly, like, I was months ahead in terms of content because I had school and stuff, but I was taking a break now and I am down to my last week of content. So I'm starting to build again because I need to put stuff up for YouTube. So yeah, I also, did I finish talking about this build? Oh, but let me finish talking about the build really quickly. So anyways, this is going to be the build that we are aspiring to buy with our LP. So the idea is, like, how long does it take to save up 70k to buy a nice house? At least that's kind of my goal. I guess something more interesting would have been like starting in a grungy house and then renovating it over time, but I wanted to do this way for some reason. Although now I kind of wish I did it the grungy way, but I don't think I'm patient enough for that. Like, it's easier to live in a nice house and then, I don't know. At first, I don't know. I could do that, but I already did this, so now we're sticking to it. I could always make my house grungy. Maybe, my sim had a sudden flood. She lost her house. I don't know, something tragic. But we'll see how that goes. And hopefully I actually play the game long enough to get to this house. I have to admit, playing Dream Home Decorator is exhausting because I already build all the time for The Sims, like for my speed builds. And for me, my LP content is like extra content, because I post Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've always posted Tuesdays and Thursdays for the last, like, I think for the majority of this year, I've posted Tuesday, Thursday, every Tuesday, Thursday, never missed a day. I don't think, at least. I might have missed a couple, like, before January, but not after. But yeah, so every single day. But now I've started posting Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sims content, and then Saturday I play Virtual Families, Sunday I play The Tenants, and now I'm trying to get this LP in, and this takes longer to edit, obviously, because it's real time. I have to cut a lot of footage, I have to adjust the voice, and since I'm already editing, I start editing out little things like me breathing or weird noises or something like that. So it takes a long time to edit them, and I try posting them on Wednesdays now, so we're going to see how that goes. But I don't know if I'll be able to keep it up because it's very tedious playing that game over and over and over again, and it's a lot harder to get promoted, I feel. Maybe I just haven't played long enough. I've only played, I think, 3 or 4 episodes right now, but because this is like you're doing a job in a day, like, it takes a lot of real time to proceed in this job. Like in The Sims, if you were doing a normal 9 to 5 job, you would be promoted like 2 or 3 times by the end of like the day, like real life, like a real life day, because The Sims days are only 24 minutes and you only really need 3 days to get yourself promoted if you work really hard at it. But in this game, you need to do builds, and if you're like me and a builder, you spend a lot of time on those builds, so you end up spending like 3 or 4 hours playing the game, and then next thing you know, it's the end and you don't want to play anymore because you're tired. So it takes a lot longer in real life to promote yourself in The Sims. I mean, obviously in The Sims, the time doesn't go past. So you're still at 12 p.m. when you started the gig to 12 p.m. or whenever you ended up building, you know, it'll be done. It'll still be 12 p.m. There's no like time progression while you're building, which is kind of odd as well, which is beneficial in some sense. Like you can do other stuff, but like at the same time, I don't like it. I don't know. I wish there was like an option where you could choose to have time progression. But I think that might be a little bit difficult because some people want to take their time to build, and then if you had a time limit, that would just ruin things for that. So I don't know. I still am deciding whether I like the gameplay or not, which is why I told you guys the week this pack came out that I would do a gameplay overview and everything. Like I would go in deep everything I thought about this game. But the thing is, I just haven't come to any conclusions on whether I like it or not. You know, I don't play The Sims 24/7. And I don't have the capacity to play The Sims 24/7. I assume that's what a lot of game changers must do, is because it's their job, you know. But I can't do that. And even if it was my job, I can't do that. So I didn't do that. And I just can't wrap my head around whether I like it or not. And I don't want to post a video and have only half my thoughts figured out. So that's why I haven't made any sort of thought process video. I'll make one, you know, guys, if you guys want to see one eventually. But it will be a lot later than I originally thought I would post it. But it's just taking longer. I can't decide if I like this pack or not. I can't decide. I love the build items, and I've said that repeatedly. I've said that so much that I don't feel the need to do like an overview. I think it's pretty obvious that I like the pack items. I still haven't decided whether I like the modular system though. So I guess maybe I should do a video. But we'll see. It just depends. I mean, obviously if it goes past the next month, I'm not going to bother. I mean, I don't know if I need to bother. But we'll see. It just depends on how I feel. All of my videos are just kind of done on how I feel. I don't really have like, I mean, I have a set schedule. Like I post Tuesday, Thursday. Tuesdays I post my sandstone project. Thursday I post whatever speed build I want to post. And obviously Saturday and Sunday on my schedule as well. But I don't like come with themes or like look at my schedule or look at my videos and I'm like, what haven't I built or what do I need to build or what needs to be happening. I don't look at trends like what's popular right now or anything like that. I just kind of do whatever I want to. That's the whole point. That's why I did YouTube. That's why I started YouTube. I mean, of course, if people like request something, I'll do it because I love getting requests and like, can you do this or that? And I'll totally do it because it always sets up a new challenge for me. You guys ask for things that I would probably never think to do on my own. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I do my videos on how I feel like doing it. It's not really like I have to do this or that type of thing. But anyways, let's talk about the build for a few minutes. So like I said, this is a 1-bedroom home. It has 2 bathrooms and a really pretty office space. There's a lot of skylights. I really love the shape of this build. I love the way it turned out. I especially like the side thing that I don't know what I did with all the platforms, but it kind of just looks like cased in and has all these weird little nooks and, you know, I love that kind of stuff. I love the kind of architecture I've done in this build. I also love the interior. You know, from the exterior, I think the house looks really grand, or like I would expect this to be like a really big, fancy house. And obviously, I tried really hard to emulate that, but surprisingly enough, even a house this big is not enough to make a really grand house in the way I wanted to make it. Because I wanted to have formal dining, because I was like, okay, you have a really big house, you'd probably have a formal dining area. So that took up space, and then for the stairs, I was like, I need to have fancy stairs, so I kind of did. I mean, those weren't fancy, but they're better than just having like the single, you know, type of stair that go in one direction. But yeah, so the living area actually turned out being much smaller than I originally wanted it to be. I tried so hard. I even tried expanding the house at the end, but I was like, it just looks weird. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm thinking too much about this. There's nothing wrong with a small living room. So we have a smaller living room than I would have liked, but a really nice kitchen. Really nice dining space, and I definitely love the office I made. You'll see it. I think it's already done, actually. I'm not sure. I know it's definitely not done yet, but you'll see it get done. It's that big open space from the kitchen, and it's just gorgeous. I think it's my favorite space in this house. Well, maybe the dining room is also a favorite of mine. I don't know. I feel like I didn't clutter this house as much, but this didn't seem like the house to be super cluttered. So I was totally okay with it. I also, did I mention I love the skylights in this build? I've never done so many skylights in this build. This is also a kind of like, not split living, but kind of has like that open area. So I basically got rid of the second floor. So the living room just has these super tall walls. It looks very extravagant, which is what I was going for. So you can look down from the upstairs to the living room, just because I just felt like it should be more open and more grand. And that's definitely grand to me, is like having this massive, you know, wall of windows and stuff. So yeah, it does look, the roofing is a bit weird in places, but you'll never see that unless you play in like the camera mode. But no one plays in camera mode. And if you do, I don't know how, because you can't do anything in it. You just can like look at the house. So there's a little bit of weird stuff going on with the roof. There's also some glitch going on with the back roof. I don't know what's going on, but the trim of the roof doesn't show up. So it just kind of has like this I don't know. It's very weird. I'm sure you'll see it in screenshots and stuff, but I couldn't fix it. Like I tried, I re-put new roofs, I redid the room, but it wouldn't give. It just kept looking like that. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. We'll live with that. So yeah, I did struggle with this kitchen a little bit, because I felt like, because it's on a platform, so the walls are already kind of short, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to have cabinets or not. I'm like, no, this room is so short, you know, because it's on this, like, I think like 3 or 4 times up than the rest of the house, so it goes back to like short wall height essentially. So I couldn't decide if I wanted cabinets, and then I was like, no, I don't. You know, it's really interesting. I see a lot of simmers always build with small wall height. I see little Simsy talk about it a lot, about using small wall height. I hate small wall height so much. You don't get the nice fancy doors. You don't get these like super grand windows. I just feel like the whole house looks very smushed when you build with small wall height. But maybe because I used to only build in small wall height, and I used to think, oh my god, any other wall height is just super weird. But now it's all I do. I only build with medium wall height. I mean, even my starter home is with medium wall height. I never ever touch the small wall height anymore. So it's kind of weird that now I just find it so hard to build with small wall height. But I don't know. I'm done ranting about that now. But anyway, so I couldn't decide on whether or not I wanted cabinets, and that was my big rant about it. So yeah, what else is there to say about this? Oh, I was mentioning this earlier. I totally forgot. I finally got my desktop. It's a Legion 7i. I'm super happy I finally got it. I was waiting for it so I can start streaming. So I'm going to be streaming on Twitch hopefully by tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry. By the 20th, I don't even know what date it is, but oh, I have it right in front of me. Hopefully by the 29th of June. So by the time you guys are seeing this video, I should have started streaming, or will start streaming that day, because I'm really just waiting to get I have to get a cord so I can have a second monitor up, so I can have, you know, so I can look at both the game and like my actual stream while I'm streaming. So yeah, so I should have streaming all set up. I know I said I was going to start streaming a while ago, but I just decided I don't want to stream on my laptop, because my laptop doesn't have that memory. It's only 8 gigabytes of memory for my laptop, which really isn't that conducive to video editing, and it's definitely not conducive to playing streaming and also having some sort of OBS or Twitch Studio open at the same time. So I was like, definitely not streaming. I know it's possible to stream, but I just feel like it shouldn't be. Like, I don't know how you guys pull that off to stream with only a laptop, but I guess people do it somehow. I don't know. Maybe they have a really good like gaming desktop. I don't know. I mean, mine isn't bad. I don't know. I don't know that much about computers. I was just like, yeah, I can't do that. But anyways, I also love the new magazines that come in this pack. There's some items that I still haven't used from Dream Home Decorator. Like, this is the first time I've used this sort of fancy table. And it's the first time I've used those magazines. Yeah, I still haven't used the other dining table. There's like a more mid-century modern dining table in this pack. Have not touched it because I'm just too in love with this dining table to use any other pack, or use the other desk. Not desk, sorry. Dining table. I mean, even for my desk, I use this dining table. That's how much I'm in love with this dining table. So yeah, that's definitely a favorite of mine. That's like I think it's my favorite item in the whole entire pack. I mean, the only other thing I really like are the paintings, because they're just so much nicer. Oh, and this carpet. I don't like the color swatches because I think they're too bland. I love bland stuff, like, don't get me wrong, but this is the one time I don't want that. But it's just the perfect size. Like, they've made it a little bit larger, like wider. Or not wider, but no, I guess wide. I don't know. But they've made it like it better fits certain room sizes. So I'm in love with that. Even though I don't necessarily like the colors and stuff, I'm in love with it. Yeah, so now we're working on the office space. I have sort of like a desk and then also maybe like a little bit of a conversation area because I figured maybe she invites clients over to her house and they talk. Obviously, that's like not realistic in The Sims. I mean, you could do that. You could like fake it and have them come over and hang out before your job. You have enough time to do that, but this was just for more so for the build aesthetic. I tried not to use too many items that require like a certain level in something, like a certain level in a career, because I am doing this for my LP. Like, this is my LP house, or will be, hopefully, if I make it to that. So I was like, okay, I don't want to buy anything that's locked, but I did use the Dream Home Decorator locked rug because I was like, hopefully, if she's saved 70K up by now, she can afford that rug. Like, she has enough of her level, her career promoted and stuff. So that's why I used that rug. And then I wanted to put the canvases behind the easel that I put upstairs, but I was like, nope, she doesn't have that career level, we won't do it. So end up going for the eco lifestyle. This, by the way, is not limited in packs at all, but obviously the most used is Dream Home Decorator. I think eco lifestyle would be a second that's also used a lot. Let me think. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I know that Jungle Adventure is used for the wallpaper, but I don't know in terms of like build items what else you would really need. I think mostly Dream Home Decorator, because this is one game pack that you can literally furnish the entire house with this pack. Like, there's no missing things. Like, for example, if you were to use, actually no, let's just take an example of an expansion pack. Get Together does not have a kitchen set. You can't make a whole house with that pack only unless you use base game. So, but this house and this pack, you can literally make everything except for the bathroom, because they didn't give us a new toilet, which is kind of shocking because I'm pretty sure they've given us a new toilet with literally every single pack we've gotten. So for once, we don't have a new toilet. I guess maybe the community complained enough that they were like, never mind, we'll give up our toilets. So, but yeah, I mean, we got other items, so we didn't need another toilet anyways. Although I would have liked to see maybe like a cool contemporary. This is like, I don't know. I have no complaints. Well, that's not true. I have complaints. But like, I don't have any complaints about missing items and stuff. I think this pack did a very good job of literally making every single item you could possibly need. I think maybe the only thing was bathroom clutter. We have so much bathroom clutter in the base game though, and other packs. But the thing is like, well, we have boxes, but like I would have liked a new toilet roll type of thing, because something a little bit more modern would have been nice to have. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing like I'm thinking, oh, we're really missing. It would have been cool if they've added microwaves or something, but obviously that's not like a necessity, so I'm not really asking for it. I never really wanted it anyways, or not microwave, sorry, a toaster. We have microwaves, oh my god. Toaster is what I was thinking about, or like a toaster oven type thing, but we have a new oven, which is super cool. I think a lot of people were expecting like some cool like toaster oven or some sort of like toast thing, because people were like, what is that weird thing that sits on top of the counter? Which, if you guys haven't looked at the pack, they do have like an oven that goes on top of your counter instead. Also, a trick for saving money is to use that, because it's way cheaper than using anything else. So this also is a really affordable pack, like in terms of like gameplay. It's not too expensive, it's not too cheap, so you could make a decent house with this, or like a decent starter home, which is what I was showing in my earlier videos. I will link my playlist either at the end of this video or in the description box, so you guys can see all my Dream Home Decorator content if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I love this build. I really hope that I get to the point of making an actual like overview at some point, because I know I said I would do it, but it feels like so late to make an overview. I feel like everyone has heard people's thoughts and they've either bought it or they haven't at this point. I don't think I guess people are probably waiting for the sale maybe. I'm sure a lot of people are waiting for the sale to get this pack, because even if you don't like building, and I think a lot of people were really upset that this was mainly building, but you definitely want these items, like even if you don't, because this is a very, very like popular aesthetic that we just don't have in the game yet. Like this super modern, I don't know modern, but just kind of like sleek and contemporary items that are more minimalist. There's a lot of nice clutter options. We finally have shoes and clothes, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm sure people want it even if they don't necessarily like build in The Sims. So they're probably waiting for the sale. So maybe I will still do a video on it, but I don't know. The only thing I have to complain about right now is the modular system and the gameplay glitches. Those are really annoying as well. But yeah, in terms of like, I'm still trying to figure out the playability of this pack because I love this a lot. Like, obviously, I've wanted a real estate or like a interior design thing for like so long in this game, but now that it's here, it's exhausting to play it, and I just don't know what the playability of this pack would be. Let me know what you guys like. If you guys have played this game before, let me know. Do you guys get tired of it really easily? Is this something you could incorporate into a lot of your games or not? I will say the good thing about this career is that it has the option for your sim to work alone. So like, you don't have to come and renovate the houses, but you can. I feel like that's the whole point of the game obviously is to actually go and renovate. But you could just make an interior design sim that you never actually do a single job with. That's a total like option. But it just feels like the playability would be super low. Like, I feel like if you were an interior designer in The Sims, you would actually go do your job. But maybe, like, I wonder if the jobs actually renovate themselves. If they, like, or if it just, like, they go to work and come back, you know? I feel like they would just go to work and come back. I don't think the house would actually get renovated then. I feel like that would just be weird. I don't know if The Sims could do that. I should try that out in my LP, like send her alone one day and see. Also, how much more money do you make? Is there a chance of not making any money? That would be interesting to know. I don't know any of that. I haven't looked into that. I haven't looked into the gameplay that much. I have been playing, but like I said, it's a lot of jobs to do, and I just don't have the time to play every single day, multiple jobs a day, so my LP is going a little bit slow. You know, I mean, every other YouTuber you watch, they've probably done jobs, and then I feel like they've done jobs off camera and then got themselves promoted and, you know, got there the faster way so they could actually make video content and be like, oh, well, I tried this and this. But I am taking it very slowly because I am in no rush to make those videos anymore. So, yeah, this is such a long video. I don't even know when it ends. I think it ends really soon, though. Another thing I really like is the beams that I've made. They look kind of weird because there's some weird roofing glitches. I probably should have fixed that, but I've already uploaded it to the gallery, so there's just no point. I also made the landscaping really bland in this build. I thought about doing some cool stuff with flowers, but I'm like, if you were to buy the house, like realistically, it probably wouldn't have that great of gardening, especially if it's like a new house on the market. Well, actually, I don't know, but I don't know. I just tried to make it more modern and minimalistic in terms of like landscaping, so there's not many flowers. Actually, there's no flowers. It's literally just bushes around the house, so that's why the front of the house looks so empty. There's just not any landscaping. But I was like, I don't know if having like super flowery landscaping really works with this kind of like house style, you know. I felt like it would have looked out of place and busy, so I just wanted the exterior of the house to shine, not necessarily the landscaping. So I was like, never mind, we won't do that. So yeah, that was basically it for my landscaping. There is a pool, because what big expensive house is ever missing a wonderful pool? I absolutely love pools. I don't know why I've always been obsessed with having pools in my Sims builds, but I just am. Like, all of my builds need to have pools. There's just no exception to ever not having a pool in this game. Also, hot tubs were a really big thing. I always had, especially in The Sims 3 and Sims 2, I was obsessed with hot tubs. Now I don't use hot tubs that often, but in the past I worked so hard to get that hot tub for like 15. I don't even know, it was like expensive in The Sims 3, okay? Cars were also expensive, but you know I had a car in The Sims 3, I mean, come on. But yeah. Also, I'm so sorry if this voiceover has been like super random and I'm just speaking really fast, but I am so tired today. It's like, I mean, it's only 11:30. So it's not that late at night. Like, I've stayed up way later than this, but I think I've just gotten into the habit of sleeping early lately. I wake up at like 6 a.m. every single day. Like, I wish I was in this habit when I was actually in school, but of course I actually get my life together in summer where it's not important. But yeah, so I think I'm so used to going to bed earlier now that I'm exhausted. So I've just been kind of blabbering all over the place, but you know, I think I add some character and hopefully keeps your attention going. You know, I love watching videos where people are talking, but at the same time, like, if people are talking too fast, I'm like, but if they're talking too slow, I'm like, so you just can't please everyone. So I just speak whatever I'm gonna say. So yeah, on that note, going back into streaming, once again being super random and out of place, I haven't decided what I want to stream on Twitch because obviously all of you guys who watch my channel watch Sims stuff. And I was actually super scared to like switch over because like I said, I started playing the Tenants and Virtual Families on here, which is still like simulation game and it's pretty similar to The Sims. So I was like, it's within the same category, but I was so worried because I was like, is this going to bring my YouTube stuff down? Are they going to stop monetizing? Or not monetizing. I'm not monetized, guys, obviously. But are they going to stop promoting my channel? Because I feel like I'm going to get less views on these because obviously people don't watch me for Tenants and Virtual Families. They watch me for Sims stuff. But it's been okay. I mean, I have noticed recently I'm not getting as much engagement. Like, I'm still getting my views and everything. Well, I'm getting some, I'm a little bit low on views in some places and a little bit higher on other places. So I don't know. It's been a little bit all over the place, but I think it's just because I was posting every single day for 1 week that I was like getting these massive view counts, and especially obviously a new pack. So people are looking for new content on it. But then I kind of sloped back down, and so I'm not used to it. Like I feel like I've lost engagement, but maybe I haven't. Maybe it's just me imagining things. But it's also summer, so like I'm not surprised. But yeah, so I haven't decided on what I want to stream on Twitch because I love Sims, but I just don't want to play that game on stream. Like I want to play other stuff, and I'm worried that it's not going to be simulation. Like I want to play Little Nightmares, and I want to play Last Day on Earth, which is a zombie game. I want to play Genshin Impact. So those are like things that are not related to The Sims or simulation at all. So I don't know what I want to do with that yet. I'm debating like streaming multiple times in the day. Like at morning I stream Sims, in the afternoon and evening I'll stream something else, so that way get like a wide array of everything. But yeah, I see we've reached screenshots, so I'm gonna end my rants. Hopefully you guys like this video and my massive rants. I hope you guys like this build. It is downloadable on the gallery at 31winter31. My gallery link is in my link tree, but obviously you guys can also just search up my EID. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. If you really like me and be notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.